Hi Aries, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Aries, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you have the Star card, right? So, and you've got a jumping card there straight away. So your key to the week this week as the Star card suggests that it's really weird because the feeling, yes, I know what the usual meanings of this card are, but the feeling that I get from this card is this week is actually that you're not giving in to hopelessness. You're not giving in to despair, like whatever that means to you, whatever situation it is that you're working through, over or with at the moment. This kind of, you know, I get that, sorry, my watch is going off. Mind your business, Siri. I just get this feeling that this week it's almost like you're saying, you know what, I will look for what there is that is lighter and brighter, and I refuse to give in to whatever circumstances or situations I might be in at the moment that are challenging. I'm not giving in to those. So, you know, well done you. Love that. All right, for your actions and options card, which has just jumped clean out of the deck, you have the 8 of Wands. So this week you will be having a very important phone conversation. 8 of Wands with the Star card, that's going to be a long distance phone call, Zoom call, email, text message of some sort. So there's a conversation that's happening this week with somebody that lives at a distance from you that is actually going to be quite important. This could have something to do with work for sure, but I feel like it's more on a personal or an interpersonal level than that. So very, very interesting. So look out for whatever conversation it is that comes up. Now it is your actions and options card, so this does suggest that this may be you instigating this phone call. It may be you reaching out to somebody for their assistance, for their help, maybe to get an idea off the ground or to push something forward, excuse me, in some way, shape or form. So very, very interesting. For your communications and conversations, you have the 10 of Pentacles. This is phenomenal, right? There are pockets of opportunity here. I have to say the 10 of Pentacles as a communications card suggests that whatever conversation or communications you are having this week or that you are putting out there into the world, they lead to potentially quite fruitful endeavors. This could be a conversation about money that you're owed, about money that you're expecting, about a pay rise of some sort. The 10 of Pentacles also suggests that there's an elevation of some sort here, right? You're moving in a very different direction, which is quite powerful. The fact that you've got the 10 of Pentacles as well, for those of you that are looking to either move home, buy a home, do anything of that nature, this could be a really good week for you. Or you may find out or maybe even come to realize, actually, you know what, I know where I want to be, I know where I want to go. Now on a work front, like I said, you know, whatever this conversation is, it could have something to do with the work. But the 10 of Pentacles in terms of your work, for those of you that work for somebody else, excuse me, got the yawns bad today. For those of you that work for somebody else, maybe this is you starting to figure out that you're ready to do more working from home. Maybe this is you starting to think about some sort of business that you can do from home. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, maybe you're making that transition. If you have a storefront, maybe this is the question of how can I move this online? How can I do more of what I want to do or what I'm trying to create in the world from my place of dwelling, from my home in some way, shape or form? I actually really like this in a lot of ways. I mean, it bodes very well for the future of your finances as well. Now, for those of you that are retired or no longer working, some of you, this could be literally just wanting to improve on the home. For some of you, this could be a visit or the planning of a visit at least, of somebody who lives at a distance from you, somebody that you haven't seen for a long time is coming to stay with you. You know, I like that. I actually feel like that whoever it is, they're likely to look after you well. All right, for your love and relations, you have the King of Wands. So this is usually in a fire sign male, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Now, the fact that you have them here suggest a few things, right? For a lot of you, this will see you really being honest and true to yourself about what you present to the world of your relationship. So for those of you that have had challenges in your partnerships, in your relationships, you've got this with the Eight of Wands, right? There's an opening of a dialogue here, but more importantly than that, there's a deep honesty, right? It's kind of like, you know what? When people ask, how are we doing, you know, how are you and your hubby doing? How are you and your wife doing, or your boyfriend, your girlfriend, or your, you know, the other two people in your relationship or whatever? There's a tendency towards real honesty this week of just saying, you know what, actually it hasn't been great, but actually we're doing, you know, we're doing all right about getting to where it can be great again. There's a really deep sense of honesty and authenticity that comes through the relationship this week. And I actually think that's the moment at which things or people or situations or even relationships truly begin to heal. So I kind of like that. I like that a lot. Now, for those of you that are single, whoever this person is, they're definitely not close to you. So this is likely to be somebody that you meet online, somebody that you talk to online, you know, phone calls, Zoom calls, all of the rest of it. But there's talk here. So for those of you that are seeing somebody online, it's like there's a talk here of you guys getting together. Maybe you're going to them, maybe they're coming to you. Obviously, if that is the case, you know, just be sensible with your person and your safety, right? You know, if you're traveling to see somebody, make sure you let people know where you're going. If they're coming to see you, make sure that, you know, you let everybody know, I've got someone coming to stay with me. I don't see anything bad with these cards at all, to be honest with you. It actually looks like a wonderful meeting, but we are sensible, right? We believe in astrology. We totally believe in tarot. We totally believe in numerology and signs and synchronicities and all the wonderful and weird things of the world, but we keep our feet on the ground, right? That's one of the things that the Reydiant reality community, or the Reydiant nation, as I love to call you guys, that's one of the things that we do, right? We're totally plugged into all of the mystical and the magical, but we keep our feet on the ground. All right, for your money and materials, you have the Knight of Cups. There is a solid offer here that is coming in. And look, it's right underneath the Ten of Pentacles, right underneath the Star card. This is an opportunity that has the potential to bring you some really good money, to maybe see you getting that pay rise. For some of you, this could, like for those of you that are employed, maybe you are being headhunted. Maybe somebody comes to you and says, look, we like the way that you deal with us, you know, as maybe a customer of your job or the company that you work for comes to you and says, look, we really like the way that you deal with us. If you ever think about leaving where you're at, maybe give us a shout. Like there's a strong sense here of what's the word, of moving forward in some way, shape or form. But yeah, the other thing with the Knight of Cups as well, there's support here. There's some sort of offer or opportunity or support of finances that is coming in for you. And the beauty is it's coming to you. You don't have to do anything necessarily for it, to make it materialize. When it comes to your physical health and vitality this week, I would say look after your internal waters, right? So your blood, your lymph system, just trying to think as well, like inner ear stuff as well. Like, yeah, I would say like this week, just look after all of the internal waters of your body when it comes to, right? So if you're, maybe not drinking 1,000 cups of coffee on an empty stomach, maybe not having that extra glass or 2 or 5 of wine, all of that kind of stuff. Anything to do with liquids or waters this week, anything that could throw off your internal balance, just be mindful of. And then finally, when it comes to your home and environment, there's somebody coming to the home. I don't know who it is that's coming to visit you. I look forward to finding out though. So you'll have to let me know in the comments. For your full moon message, we've got that full moon in the sign of Aries on the 20th of this month. You get the Gate 22 and Grace. This is actually really beautiful. For those of you that are single, I really do feel like this could be a week where you align with, meet somebody who could go on to potentially be something quite special to you. This card, you see how you've got the swan on the front? Swans mate for life. Once they have their swan, that's it. So even after the other one dies, if they don't go together, let's say, they only ever have one, right? And this kind of feels for me like a bit of a love message in that regard. This full moon is putting a spotlight on you because it's in your sign. It's in the sign of Aries. So it's highlighting who you truly are. And the beauty of that is for all that you are, warts and all, as they say, you're going to be seen, loved and appreciated. For those of you that are partnered, married or in long-term commitments that have been a little bit challenging recently, that newfound honesty really is going to, I actually think, bring you guys closer and say, you know what, look at how challenging this has been, but still we are us. I really love that. And then finally for this card, in terms of the full moon, one of the things that comes up with the energy of this card is doing what you love because you love it, not for the likes, the gram, the Facebooks and the Twitter and the shares and all of that stuff. Doing simply just being in that state of creativity where you create for the sake of it because you love it. I'll give you a really good example. I love to sing, right? I love to sing and I love to dance, and I will sing my heart out till my lungs are bloody bursting. Right? Whether anybody else likes it, whether they think it's good or not my problem, not my business. I'm doing something that I truly love that comes from the heart. And it's the same with dance, right? When I put certain tracks on, I love me a little boogie. Right? Whatever it is that you feel close to, or close to something else when you create, this week do more of that, especially around the full moon, because it might even bring you some form of insight as well. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have an amazing week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.